What's up everybody, this is Chardstrom, and today we have another Evike Box of Awesomeness unboxing for you guys. This time we have the $299 Veterans Day Box of Awesomeness. I'm pretty excited to see what we got in this box, as it's quite heavy for its size, and it's actually a decent size, so who knows what we got in this thing. Anyways, let's get this started. We got our knife, let's open this box. Alright guys, box is opened, let's go ahead and see what we got. Alright guys, first up in the box, we have this 40 milliliter Matrix tactical bag. Let's go ahead and open it up. We got our 40 liter laser cut tactical bag here in a nice tan coloring. This thing is pretty cool as you can fit all sorts of stuff inside of this bag, and it's also hosted by LQ Army. So that's pretty nice. They are a good reputable brand. Other than that, you have plenty of MOLLE space to put all sorts of pouches and anything you want on the front of the bag, and it actually has a pretty tight, I guess, hard plastic zipper, so it's pretty impossible to break this thing. But when you open this thing up, you have plenty of space, not just in the flap of the bag, but this thing literally grows to 40 liters worth of space. This thing is huge when you actually start filling it up. But neat. Let's go ahead and see what else we got. Alright guys, next up in the box, we have a weapons cache card. This time we have the 4 of diamonds, the classic Army DT4 double barrel M4. This is a pretty cool rifle. I mean, I've never had anything with 2 barrels on one gun before, so that would have been pretty cool to get, but I'm pretty sure this box looks promising, so let's go ahead and see what else we got. Alright guys, next up in the box, we have a set of Evike stickers. It looks like they are just a bunch of random set of stickers from, I guess, a bunch of different video games. I'm not entirely sure because we got Pokemon up here and what looks to be something from COD with a fast reload, and I just can't with Nike upside down. But other than that, cool set of stickers, but let's go ahead and see what else we got. Alright guys, next up in the box, we have a Scar L starter kit. Let's go ahead and open it up. Check it out guys, we have our Scar L low power AG right here. I'm not sure if I just damaged the stock, but this thing is pretty cool as you can have your BBs in this hopper location at the top to fill up the gun, and your battery is your magazine. This thing is honestly garbage in my opinion, but it is a fun little starter rifle if you're trying to get somewhat remotely close to trying out Airsoft. Thing sounds like a water gun. It also comes with an FNS-9 Springer pistol. This thing is just a little dinky pistol with the weirdest safety on the gun. It sounds like garbage, it feels like garbage, it's all plastic, but it's just a starter kit to get you into the sport. But neat. Let's go ahead and see what else we got. Alright guys, next up in the box, we have this Colt box. Let's go ahead and open it up. Check it out guys, we have our Colt M4 right here. We've seen this rifle previously on the channel before. It's just a simple starter Colt rifle based gun. It's quite lightweight. I mean, I can throw this thing around. It comes with 2 sets of rail covers to keep your hands nice and, I guess, comfortable on this handguard, even though the plastic doesn't feel that bad when it comes to Picatinny. Other than that, it has a set of pinhole style iron sights. You have a decent rotary style hop-up inside of the gun, and it has a semi-decent trigger. It's a little stiff, kind of smooth on the trigger base, but other than that, this thing feels pretty cool. It gives you 1 high cap magazine, a sling if you want to use it, but I wouldn't recommend it because these slings don't usually hold up very well, and you have your unjamming rod. This thing feels pretty decent. It also has 4 different positionings for the stock. Other than that, there's not much to say about this thing other than it is a starter rifle. You got your Picatinny on here if you want to throw a laser, a grip on here, maybe a hollow sight if you're just trying to have a quick starter base for a friend. But other than that, Decent rifle. Let's go ahead and see what else we got. All right, guys, next up in the box, we have this Demolition Ranch box. Let's go ahead and open it up. I don't remember there being a Demo Ranch gun being in this box of awesomeness, but let's go ahead and see what we got. Check this out, guys. We have a Cerakote UDR-15 and a what looks to be an urban style multicam camouflage. This thing is badass. Honestly, this is probably one of the coolest guns I think we have ever unboxed on the channel, and it feels absolutely amazing in my hands. And that trigger feels awesome. This thing is super cool. So it looks like we got this UDR-15 in a multicam arid camouflage. This thing feels absolutely smooth in the hands. The rails on top don't even feel sharp. I'm assuming it's because of the Cerakote or whatever it's called. It feels like a smooth paint job, and it doesn't feel like you're holding cold metal. This thing is definitely the coolest gun I've ever unboxed on this channel before, and I love everything about it. I'm so excited to shoot this thing, but at the same time, the only real cool thing about this gun is the Cerakote or whatever it's called. It's just a nice styled M4. This thing is definitely one of the coolest guns I've ever unboxed. I like the stock style that is on here with the QD style point for a sling in the front of the stock or back of the stock. I'm not even sure what you would really call that, but it feels nice. I honestly really like this gun. I'm incredibly excited to shoot it, but just looking at it, everything about this gun is appealing. The camo scheme is nice, the arid multicam I think it is. It's just really pleasing to look at, and the weight of this gun feels nice, and the smooth paint feel on the grip and the rest of the body feels absolutely nice. I really like this gun. I think this is probably one of the best guns we have ever unboxed on this channel. Just alone because of how it feels in my hand. It feels soft, it's not sharp, and I can hold this any which way and feel comfortable with how I am shooting it. I mean, we've had the, I guess, RS2 stock before with a Demo Ranch rifle, but it's just the feeling of this gun that is making me, I can't really even explain it. It just feels so nice in my hands that I find this gun incredibly satisfying. I am super excited to shoot this thing. I'm really hoping this gun shoots as good as it looks, so let's go ahead and shoot some guns. As always, this pistol is just a spring pistol. It's a cheap dinky spring pistol. I don't have much to say about this thing other than I would never use this in a game unless I really want a challenge. Other than that, it's just a spring pistol. This Scar L, it's the same thing as it always is. I mean, it's just a low power AEG. It's only really good if you're getting started into the sport. Other than that, there is no use for this gun, and I wouldn't recommend this to anyone other than a brand new player that maybe doesn't want to buy a rental. But other than that, it's an okay gun, but we've seen it so many times. As for the Colt M4, this thing is a better starter rifle for those that are trying to get into the airsoft sport. I mean, this thing shot pretty decently. It shot a lot better than I thought it would, and I'm pretty sure we've seen this on the channel before. 1.5 joules was pretty good for this thing. I mean, I wasn't expecting it to shoot between 1.45 and 1.5 joules. It shot really well. I'm not sure why it shot so well because it's just a cheap, I think it's only like a $150 rifle. I mean, it'll help you get started into the sport, and it will also help you get the range and effectiveness that you're trying to get as an intermediate player. As for the Multicam Arid Demo Ranch F1 Firearms M4. This thing externally is beautiful. It's just not the greatest thing internally. The trigger response was honestly pretty disappointing. The joule rating and the feet per second rating was really decent for what this gun is, but it's just not the fastest shot for a gun. I mean, the gun was decent, but at the same time, we were having difficulty with the muzzle device as for some reason the BBs were hitting this orange tip and shooting the BB at a 30-degree angle, so that was kind of irritating. I tried to take the orange tip off, had a little bit of difficulty, but with a little bit of hot water to melt the glue, I'm sure it would be pretty easy to take off. Other than that, this gun, it looks beautiful. I just don't like how it performs. But honestly, it's still a really cool gun, and I am very happy that we got it because it is something new on this channel. So, neat. I would definitely give the Springer pistol a 2 out of 10 because it's disgusting. This low power AEG, a 3.5 out of 10. This M4, I honestly would give a 7.5 out of 10. This thing was actually pretty good. And for this rifle, I honestly would only give it a 5.5 out of 10 because it's perfect externally, but the internals were a big letdown, and I just don't see myself ever using this gun. But if you were to upgrade the gun, maybe AEG platform, or if you want to throw an HPA engine in it, I'm sure this thing would be absolutely beautiful. Anyways guys, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, leave a comment as to what your favorite part of the video was. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you all for watching, and have a good one.